Hi, my name is Konstantin. I run a digital marketing agency called Karma Media. We specialize in paid advertising funnels for thought leaders, experts, industry leaders. And in today's video, I want to share with you a few ways how you can manifest your dreams. Right, it's been a long time dream of mine to live right off the beach. And right, this is where I usually record all the videos. So you can check out the channel talking about meta ads, talking about advertising, a lot of like the techie stuff that our clients really love, but I would love also to share with you kind of like the simple two-step process of what it actually takes to live an amazing life, an amazing lifestyle, and work online, make a lot of money. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to go to such Airbnb places, and check this out right there. Right, so the bedroom is right there, and then you walk out and check out this view right there. Boom. Right, and this is on a normal Monday, Tuesday morning. We're staying here for a couple of days, just relaxing with my wife and myself. We're no longer working like a traditional 9-to-5 career for 2 years already. Plus, we've been working online on this business, helping our clients with advertising, helping them make more revenue, more profits online. And it's kind of surreal to make this video. I'm so grateful, so thankful for, having this, experiencing all these amazing things. I should record way more of this because, this happens kind of on a monthly basis. And I want to share with you, because I know a lot of people struggling to get clients online. Maybe you're stuck in a 9-to-5, you're trying to break free, right? What are the first steps you need in order to accomplish something like this, where you can freely travel? This costs like $250 a night, but it doesn't even matter, right? So what does it take to travel freely, work freely? We don't have to report this trip to our boss or something saying like, hey, can we please take some time off, right? Like we can do whatever we want. In November and December we have big trips planned abroad as well, and we don't have to like clock in or anything like that. So what it actually takes is something that's actually the most important thing to do, is understanding what it is that you actually want, right? If you ask a random stranger on the street, what do you want? Right? Oh, I want to make $1 million, right? What does it actually mean? Right? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a tool to live your dream lifestyle. And one of the most powerful exercises I've ever done in my life, which is an exercise from the book called Awaken the Giant Within from Anthony Robbins. So I've done this exercise 12 years ago, and I vividly remember writing down, I wanna have kind of a few things during that my perfect day. I want to be able to practice fitness, go to the gym. I want to fly an airplane, and I also want to do this while visiting or living at the beach, right? And if you see some of my videos on my channel, you can see that most of it is recorded right at the beach. I have dumbbells, I have like a small little gym inside my home, and I also have a pilot license as well. So all my dreams have manifested, and now, we run this amazing business online, which is just incredible, which is something that, only since the last 10-15 years has really been possible. People talking about AI, people talking about these crazy Bitcoins and NFTs and all this kind of sort of stuff, but it's really the internet that makes this all possible, which I'm just incredibly thankful for. But what actually takes is coming back to the exercise, describing your day exactly the way you want it to be. And also from start to finish, from morning all the way till the evening, all the activities that you want to do, with who it is that you want to do, what kind of environment, right? For instance, this morning, I can't find this bird right now, but it's been a beautiful cockatoo. I'll add in a video. It's just like sitting kind of like right on the table, eating the seeds. And this is how I envision myself potentially in the future, where we have maybe a house, something like this, right? With a vineyard, maybe a helipad where we can travel very quickly from place to place. And the first step is to feel and envision what it is to live your dream life, right? Write everything down. One of the things that, for instance, I deeply desired back then when I was about 20 years old is becoming a pilot and acquiring pilot license. So I wrote that down, envisioned what it would actually take, and back then I just simply couldn't take out a loan to manifest that dream. But I wrote it down, this is what I want. And then next step, what I've done is take small steps towards your dream. Right, so back then I had maybe like 400 or 500 euros in my bank account, but it didn't hold me back from actually pulling the trigger and opting in for my first flight lesson, which costed about 100 euros back then. It was a lot of money for me, but I decided to pull the trigger and try it out. Taste the environment, what it takes to do the radio communication, what it takes to feel being inside the cockpit and hearing the loud noises and all this kind of stuff. And I'll inject a video of me actually years later flying an airplane, which was one of my first solo flights. An absolute experience that I'll never forget, and that's what, in my opinion, life really is about. It's not about making money, accumulating wealth. It's about the experiences that you have throughout your life that really matters, and with who you're doing these as well. Right, so that's one example, which is the pilot license. I wrote it down, took a small step towards that dream. Book your first flight lesson if that's something you desire. See if it's even for you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we think about it, we think that that's what we want, and we try it and we don't want it. Right, so that's what you want to do as well. Take action quickly towards the dream that you desire. Right. Another example that I would love to share with you is it's been a big dream of mine to live right at the beach for many, many years. And not so long ago, we were actually stuck during the COVID in the city in Melbourne, and it was like a very, I don't know if you're aware of it, but Australia had like the toughest lockdown so we've ever experienced, and there was like curfews, you couldn't get out past 8 p.m. It was like a horrible place. And I knew there were suburbs in Melbourne where you could live right at the beach, and I used to go there during the weekends and with barefoot, walking on the beach, checking out the cars people driving, checking out the addresses, seeing what people were doing in the neighborhood, grab a coffee and drink it at the beach, and I was experiencing what it would feel like to live in that place. I even went to so there were real estate that were being sold, and I even though I couldn't afford it, I was registering my name onto the addresses that were right on the beachfront, and I would come in, I would do the inspection. Oh, like, yeah, it's nice. look at the bathroom, the kitchen, look at the beautiful view right over the ocean. And that experience eventually led me to out of the sudden, a real estate agent reached out to us and like, hey, we've got this apartment right at the beach, would you like to rent it? Right, just out of the sudden, someone through, like, it's almost like magic. Manifestation is almost like magic. Sometimes it just happens unexpectedly, but at the same time, it wasn't unexpected because I had the desire and I set the intention of me being in that environment. And it's exactly the same thing that we're doing right here. Right, we're traveling, we're doing constantly fun things, and that's how I want to live our lives. Right, it's a constant. It's a constant exploration of what you like, what you don't like. Maybe in the future we don't want to live at the beach anymore. Maybe we want to live in the forest. So now have a look at this beautiful bird. Have a look. Hello there. Look how beautiful the bird is. And this is what I love about Australia. This is why I love Australia. Check this out. Check this beautiful view out. And check this bird. Usually in Europe where I grew up, like, usually these birds you can only find in the zoo, right? But this bird is just a normal bird right there. We've got thousands of these, and we've got koalas as well. We've got beautiful. It's to be honest like paradise, and that's the reason why I want to explore the vibe of living in the forest, the vibe of living in kind of like closed off nature, as opposed to I'm incredibly thankful of where we already live, but I'm saying we're constantly trying things out and seeing what it feels like to be in a different environment, and that's what you should do. Experiment, right? Like we don't own this place. We're just here for a couple of days, rented it through an Airbnb. It's a fun trip, fun experience, and at the same time we can feel what it takes to live inside this place. If we ever want to buy it, we can look for something like this. And then we have specific requirements. We want to have a beautiful cockatoo coming every morning. There's a few other beautiful birds, right? We want to hear the koalas every night. All this kind of stuff, like we already memorize, and we already know what it feels like to live in such place. Right? And it's same thing with getting clients online as well. If you're struggling getting clients, you're running perhaps an agency or you're a coach, every day write down your goals. What kind of revenue level you want to be at, what kind of clients you want to work with. I've got a list of like 20 specific kind of like, I would say, emotional characteristics a client must have for us to work with them. They must be kind, they must be friendly, understanding, they must be kind of like patient. They love working with us. Each time you speak with them, you get a light, fun feeling, right? With sometimes you sign a client, and each time you having a call with them, it kind of drains you, right? Those are the things that we don't want as a team, right? So we were super clear on the type of clients we wanted to attract. And guess what? This morning I was sitting right there. I was sitting right there at the table, and we're currently managing, one of the biggest advertising campaign. I can't mention what it is, but if I mention the name, everyone will know this person, right? And it's just a dream come true experience, and and it all starts with having the gut feeling of, you know what, like I just want to bet on myself. I want to live the dream that I deserve to live, that I want to live, right? So I want these videos to make practicable. Bye-bye. So the cockatoo is giving us a sign that it's ready. It's time to wrap up. I want to make this video practical as well. In the description down below, I will attach kind of like a dream manifestation sheet. I have always used this. Even the last couple of years, I added in photos of South Korea, Vietnam that we wanted to travel, and guess what? A few years later, we were traveling to those places. Japan, all these things. Travels, perfect day, revenue that you want to make, parents or family members that you want to help. I'm going to attach this sheet in the description down below. It's for free, you don't have to opt in. And you can scroll through the internet, you can create a vision board for yourself. I found it, I'm not a huge fan of like affirmations or all this kind of stuff, reading out loud stuff. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm a big fan of experiencing, feeling, and making vision boards of what your reality could look like. And then you can add this beautiful board into your memos, for instance, if you're using a MacBook. So each time you go through your memos, it's like right there, right? So twice, 3 times a day, just randomly scrolling through, you'll see your dreams. And that's how you get closer and closer and closer. And after you create this sheet, you will take small incremental steps to actually achieving it, right? If you ever want to live at the beach, if you ever want to live at the forest, book a night with the Airbnb, right? It doesn't cost that much, $200, $300, $500 max, right? You'll have like a crazy villa, and you'll experience what it feels like to live in such place, right? That's what we're doing right now. I hope you found this video valuable. It's a bit of a different one. I want to try to mix the content up as well. Try to share a few things like from my personal life, because I'm kind of fed up making videos about advertising all the time. I hope you've enjoyed it. drop a like, drop a subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.